the previous class we have learned about the northern mountains. Okay, and the next landform we are going to learn is about the northern plains. Okay, look into your textbook, children. The second topic we are going to learn is about the northern plains. Look at your Indian map, page number 24. Okay, in the page number 24, where are the northern plains? Okay, the northern plains are see here. Under the mountains, the blue color region is there. No, this is called northern mountains. Under that, green color area is here given. This is called as northern plains. Okay, the green area under the mountains is called as northern plains. Okay, let me explain you about northern plains to you. How are the northern plains? See, the lowlands of Himalayas. Okay, the underground, the under of Himalayas, the lowlands of Himalayas are called as northern plains. Okay, how is the plains then? How is the soil? The soil is very fertile. You can see the green color is given here in the northern plain region. Why it is given green color? Means the soil is very good there. Okay, the soil is very good and it is good for cultivation. The soil is very good for cultivation. That's why it is given as a green color. Okay, and the next one is what happens? What happens in the northern plains? Okay, means the rivers flowing up in the Himalayas. So you can see the picture. The rivers flowing up in the Himalayas, the Ganga, Brahmaputra rivers are there, na? The Ganga, Yamuna rivers. What happens? They comes down. They comes down to this plains, northern plains. That's why the soil is very fertile. Okay, what happens when the river comes? When the river comes down to the northern plains, what happens? Is when the river is coming with full speed, the river mix up with the rocks. The side rocks will be there. Na? When the river is coming, the side this side and this side rocks will be there. When the river force comes and meet with the rocks, the big rocks will break. Okay, if the rocks break, what happens? Mud is there. Okay, with that mud, a very good fertile soil is formed. Okay, that's why that northern plains area is very good for cultivation. That fertile soil is called what? Alluvium. Alluvium. Okay, the fertile soil formed due to the rivers breakdown. Rivers breakdown and stones breakdown is called as alluvial soil. This soil is good for growing crops, growing plants and all. That's why that the northern plains soil is very good for cultivation. Okay, what are the main rivers of northern plains, children? The main rivers of northern plains are Ganga and Brahmaputra. The main rivers in the northern plains are Ganga and Brahmaputra. And the next new word coming to you is tributaries. What are tributaries? See, look at your textbook. Look at your textbook, page number 26, children. See, can you see here page number 26? Children, can you see page number 26? These are the northern plains. The greenish area is called as the northern plains. Okay, in this what happens? You can see from up to Himalayas, the rivers Ganga and Brahmaputra are coming here down. And here see, one small river is formed. Away from the small rivers formed from the main river. See, this is the main river. From the mountains, one main river is coming. Okay, the small rivers formed from the main river is called as a tributary. Okay, tributary means a small river formed from the main river is called as a tributary. Okay, next one more word is coming for you is distributary. Okay, what is the meaning of distributary, children? Tributary means the river formed from the small river formed from the main river is called as a tributary. Okay, and one more word coming for you is distributary. What is a distributary? Look at the picture, children. See here, distributary. Here last you can see here. See, what happens in distributary means the river which goes away from the main river. The river, the small rivers which go away from the main river is called as a distributary. Okay, before one is a tributary and now one is a distributary. Okay, the small river formed from the main river is a tributary. The small river which goes away from the main river is called as a distributary. You can look into the picture. Okay, and the next word you are going to learn is about okay. Next, delta. What is the form? What is the meaning of delta, children? Next word you are going to learn is delta. Delta means see here, some land is formed here. Near to the river, some land is formed here. Okay, that land is called as a delta. See here, the land formed when the river enters. See, when the river enters into the new area, when that area is called as a delta. Okay, and what are these deltas formed? What are these deltas formed? The deltas formed from the Ganga and Brahmaputra rivers are called as Sundarban Delta. What is called the name of the delta is called as Sundarban Delta. The area which is formed from the rivers is called as delta, and the name of the delta formed from Ganga and Brahmaputra is called as Sundarban Delta. Okay. Next, what is the lifestyle in the mountain northern plain region? Northern plain region, how is the lifestyle? The lifestyle is very good, children. Means in the mountain region, what happened? There are no roads, there are no railways, nothing is there. But here in the northern plain region, there are many roads are there, railway facility is there, everything is there. So what happens? Many people live in the northern plain region because it is good for cultivation. Because it is good for cultivation, so many people like to stay in the northern plain region. So what are the crops grown here? The main crops grown in the northern plain region is wheat, rice and sugar. Yes. So here wheat, rice and sugar is the you can grow here. Okay, in the northern plain region. And next, it is a highly populated area, children. The northern plain region is very highly populated. Once again, I will tell you about northern plain regions. The lowlands from Himalayas. You can see in your once again the lowlands from the Himalayas is called as the northern plain region, and the plains are very fertile. See, the rivers break. I told you the rivers break and form the nice fertile soil. It is called as alluvium. Okay, the main rivers formed are Ganga and Brahmaputra, and the new word is for you tributaries. What are the tributaries? The small rivers formed from the main river is called as tributaries. Another word is distributary. What is a distributary? The river which goes away from the main river. The small river which goes away from the main river is called as distributaries. What happens if the distributaries are formed? Means there one area will be formed. All the small rivers will go and one area is formed. That area is called as delta. The land formed due to the rivers are called as a delta. The Ganga and Brahmaputra are the main rivers in this northern plain region. Okay, and this area is called as what? The Ganga and Brahmaputra area is called as Sundarban Delta. Okay, the name of the delta is called as Sundarban Delta. And how is the lifestyle there? Okay, the lifestyle is very highly populated. Okay, because many people like to stay there. Okay, the main cultivation is wheat, rice, sugar and all that. They are having many facilities. So all the people mostly they like to stay in the northern plain region. Okay, the next topic we are going to learn is the northern mountains is completed, northern plains is completed. Now we are learning about the third landform is the Thar Desert. Okay, see, look at your map, children, first again. Where is the Thar Desert located? Can you see here? See? In the middle of this here, the yellow color region is here now. You can see the yellow color region. The yellow color region is called as the Thar Desert. From between the north and west, you can see the middle yellow color region. That yellow color region is called as Thar Desert. What happens in desert? Let me tell you what happens in deserts. Okay, the northwest of India. The northwest of India. How you can say north and west? In between north and west, it is called as northwest. Okay, north and west in between is called as Thar Desert. Okay, in the Thar Desert, what happens? Only sand will be there. Before I already told you, in the deserts, what will be there? Only sand will be there. It is a barren area. No cultivation is possible. No animals are found. Only sands will be there. So this is called as a Thar Desert. Okay, in this Thar Desert, so much of high winds will come. Okay, so nothing is there, only sand is there. So when the high winds come, what happens? It will form like a sand mountains. Okay, the sand will form like a sand mountains. Look into the picture, page number 26, children. 26. You can see here. See, you can see here sand mountains are formed in the Thar desert. These are called what? Sand dunes. Sand dunes. Okay, the mountains which are formed in the Thar desert is called as sand dunes. Okay, let me tell you how is the lifestyle in the Thar desert. The lifestyle in the Thar desert is can anybody people stay there? It is very hot, children. You cannot stay there. But few people try to stay there. Okay. And what is the main animal found in the Thar desert? The main animal is a camel. Okay. The main animal found in the Thar desert is a camel, because the camel is useful for transport. It is useful, and it is useful for cultivation also. With the camel only little they will dig the canals. They under the sand they will try to dig the canals, and they will try to grow the small crops. Okay, in the Thar desert. So the camel is useful in the transportation, farming, and other works also. To pull the carts and all, they are using the camel. So very less people only try to stay in the deserts. Okay, more people try to live in the northern plains, not in mountains and not in Thar desert. Mostly the people like to stay in the northern plains. Okay, and what's the example of Thar desert, children? Rajasthan. Did you any time went to Rajasthan? It's a very good tourist place also. Okay, so the example of Thar desert is Rajasthan. Okay, now northern mountains completed, northern plains completed, Thar desert completed, and next we are going to learn about the peninsular plateau. Next we are going to learn is the peninsular plateau. Hi children, in the previous class I have learned about we have discussed about the northern mountains and the northern plains and the Thar desert. And now we are going to learn about the fourth one is the peninsular plateau. What is the new word? Peninsular plateau. It is a different type of landform in India. In India, the fourth type of landform is peninsular plateau. Children, where is the peninsular plateau located? Look into your Indian map, page number 24. Children, all of you first. Open your page number 24. And where is the peninsular plateau? Can you see here? Up is the northern mountains, and down it comes northern plains. The greenish area is the northern plains, and here down it comes a brown area in the middle. In the middle of Indian map, some brown color area is here. This is called as the peninsular plateau. Okay, the brownish area in the middle is called as the peninsular plateau. Let me explain how is the peninsular plateau. See, the south of the northern plains is called as the peninsular plateau. Okay, the downwards of northern plains is called as the peninsular plateau. Where are they located? Okay, in this peninsular plateau, the Aravalli mountains are also located. See, up you can see the Aravalli mountains in the peninsular plateau region. Okay, the Aravalli mountains are located in the peninsular plateau region. Okay, and next comes Vindhya and Satpura mountains, also hill ranges. Okay, in this peninsular plateau, you can find Aravalli mountains, you can find Vindhya and Satpura hills also you can find. What happens to these Vindhya and Satpura hills? They divide the peninsular plateau region into two parts. This peninsular plateau region into two parts. Vindhya and Satpura mountains divide the peninsular plateau into two parts. The upper one is called as the Central Highlands. Okay, the upper one is called as Central Highlands, and the down one is called as Deccan Plateau. Okay, these mountains divide the peninsular plateau into two parts. The upper one is called as Central Highlands, and the down one is called as Deccan Plateau. Okay, understood? Next. Okay, the mountains on the east is called as Eastern Ghats. See here in the brownish area, see children, See here, here also some mountains are there. You can see east side is called as Eastern Ghats and west side is called as Western Ghats. Can you see here, children? In this plateau region, the east side mountains are called as Eastern Ghats and the west side some mountains are there. It is called as Western Ghats. Once again I will tell you, this full is called as Peninsular Plateau region. The middle brown color area is called as Peninsular Plateau region. Okay, in this Peninsular Plateau region, up there are Aravali mountains are there and some hills are there. What are the hills? Vindhya hills and Satpura hills. What do? They divide the total this peninsular plateau into two parts. The upper part is called Central Highlands and downward region is called as Deccan Plateau. And some in the this side Eastern Ghats are there. In the east side Eastern Ghats are there and west side Western Ghats are there. Can you see, children? Okay. And the next coming is what are the rivers? What are the main rivers in this peninsula? The main rivers are Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. The main rivers flowing in this are Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. Next, how is the lifestyle living in this region, children? The Peninsular Plateau region, how is the lifestyle? You can see the picture, children. See? Look, page number 27, all of you. This is the Peninsular Plateau. This is the Peninsular Plateau. Fully it is covered with rocks, uneven surface, up and down like that. This is the rocky surface. See, the rocky in the land, because the land is very rocky there. Is it easy to do cultivation there? Very difficult. In the rocks can we do cultivation? No. Only in the plainy region you can do the cultivation. Here mostly forests are grown here, children. Because of due to the rocks, forests are grown here. And next is cotton can be grown here. Cotton plants, forest region that is grown here. And next in this forest we get some natural resources like water, we get food, we get iron from this forest. Okay. Once again, this is the Peninsular Plateau. And the next one we are going to learn is about coastal plains. The fifth one we are going to learn is about coastal plains. Where are the coastal plains, children? Look into the map again. Once again, look into your map. Coastal plains. It lies, coastal plains lies eastern and western coasts of India. See, the coastal plains lies here, the greenish area. The greenish area you can see down of this plateau region, some greenish area this side and this side greenish areas is there. This is called the coastal plains. This side is the eastern coastal plain and this side is the western coastal plain. Okay, yes, we already know that the plainy region is very good for cultivation, right? Yes. So where does the eastern coastal plain lie? Can you see here? The eastern coastal plain lies between Eastern Ghats and Bay of Bengal. The eastern coastal plain lies in between Eastern Ghats and Bay of Bengal. And where does the western coastal plain lies? The western coastal plain lies in between Western Ghats and Arabian Sea. Okay, the western coastal plains lie in between Western Ghats and Arabian Sea. Okay, and next we are going to learn is lifestyle. What is the lifestyle of coastal plain? Coastal plain, did you see the picture, children? Did you see the picture? Northern plain, coastal plains. Okay. Coastal plains, how is the lifestyle of coastal plains? Means fertile. The soil is very fertile. It is good for cultivation. In the map, if you see green color means it is good for cultivation. The soil is very fertile. We can grow rice here. We can grow coconuts. See, and fishing also. The fishing also is the main occupation of the people living in the coastal plains. Okay. Next coming sixth topic is the islands. Yes. The last topic in our Indian landforms is islands. Children, look into the Indian map, all of you, once again. Page number 24. Islands. Okay, where are the islands, children? Down, see. Can you see here? Down Bay of Bengal, sea is the ocean is there, Bay of Bengal. Here some green color, small spots you can find out. This side. This is called Andaman and Nicobar Islands. And this side, In the west side you can see Arabian Sea. Okay, and down small dots you can find out. These are called as Lakshadweep. Yes, two types of islands are here. One is Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and another is Lakshadweep Islands. Let's discuss about these islands. Children, island is what actually? It is a small area fully covered with water and small piece of land in the middle. It is called as an island. Yes, Andaman and Nicobar is the islands. Okay. This Andaman Nicobar Island is covered with 572 islands. Total 572 islands comprises and called as Andaman and Nicobar Islands. And next one is Lakshadweep Islands. Lakshadweep Islands is comprised of 36 islands. Total 36 group of islands is called as Andaman and Lakshadweep Islands. Okay. And next, what is the lifestyle living in these islands? Can anybody go and live in islands? Very few people live there. Okay. The main lifestyle of these islands is fishing. The people who live in the islands is do fishing. Yes. Next, tourism also. Tourism is also the main occupation of the people living in this islands. Okay, and they grow little small crops also. Okay. Yes. Okay. This is the total India's landforms. If you not understand, watch again the video. Thank you, children. I'll come with a new topic. Bye.